Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 3 of the League Challenge that happened at Die Hard Games on April 18th, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play at whatever format anyone wants, really. More info in the description. League Challenge today, Thursday, May 23rd at 6 p.m. GLC Gym Leader Challenge Thursday, May 30th at 6 p.m. and fun format friendly tournament events coming this June. All Central Time, all at Die Hard Games, and check out Pokemon's event locator for premier events at the shop, such as League Challenges, League Cups, and pre-releases. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's get researching this game. On the left, Gholdengo, they're going first, I believe, and they just drew and pass. I'm pretty sure. On the right, we got Arceus Giratina starting things off with a Nest Ball. Nest Ball will find that crucial Arceus V. It gets added to the bench. Now we just need an energy attachment to that Arceus V, along with maybe a couple of their basic Pokemon on the bench for this turn to be ideal. But for sure want to find that energy card. Ultra Ball being played here, discarding a couple of cards to search the deck for a Pokemon. Either that Giratina V or a Bidoof, and that Bidoof is actually decided upon. Giratina V Star would be relevant in this matchup, as the Gholdengo EX has 260 HP. Giratina V Star can take a one-shot on it, as we see that Psychic Energy being attached to the bench. Arceus V in play gets passed back over to our Gholdengo player, who top decks a Buddy Buddy Poffin and slams it down instantly. That card is basically a Battle VIP Pass replacement. You could search your deck for 2 Pokemon with 70 HP or less and add them to your bench. 2 more of that awesome art Gholdengo coming down, or excuse me, Gimmighoul coming down onto the bench here. Greninja would be nice. We're not worried about Manaphy in that matchup. The Palkia is nice, and there we go. We see the Greninja hit the bench, the Palkia hit the bench, and the Squawkabilly EX hit the bench as well. That actually tells me that the Gholdengo player did not go first, actually, like I said earlier. They're going second. This is their first turn, so they are able to use that Squawkabilly EX, Squawk and Seize ability. You can only use it on your first turn. When you do, discard your hand and draw 6 new cards. Metal Energy attached to the active Gimmighoul as well. So our Gholdengo player is having an awesome turn 1 as they play a Trekking Shoes here. Take a look at the top card of the deck. You can discard it and draw another card, or just keep it. That card is kept. Water Energy discarded with Radiant Greninja's Concealed Cards ability to draw 2 more cards. And I think we're pretty much set up for turn 1 here as the Gholdengo player. A supporter can be played. But no, actually going to use Continuous Coin Toss. Flip until you get tails, and it does 10 times the amount of heads. So 20 damage coming down onto the Skwovet now. Oh, it's 20 times the amount of heads, actually. So 40 damage. That was close. That was almost a knockout on the Skwovet. Back on Arceus' side, Bibarel is evolved on the bench. Giratina V is put onto the bench now. And now we are debating on using Bibarel's Industrious Incisors ability. It's always worth considering if I Skwovet Nestash first or not. Just depends on what that card is in hand. And it's actually a boss's orders. Okay, committing to the boss play, bringing up that Squawkabilly EX into the active spot, and now Industrious Incisors draw up to 5 cards in hand. 5 cards for the Industrious Incisor here. No high 5 though, that's the only 5 we're missing. And now we need that Arceus V-Star, basically. The Ultra Ball was played turn 1, so there are less Ultra Ball in the deck. Less outs to that Arceus V-Star, but there we go. Draw it naturally. Arceus V-Star evolves on the bench. Double turbo energy attached to it. Now we are using Arceus V-Star's V-Star power ability Starbirth to search the deck for any 2 cards. I'm sure a way to get out of the active spot is going to be one of the cards, and then just more setup for the next card. If there's no supporter in hand, maybe you find another supporter for next turn. Another Bidoof is never bad to get established as well. Just depends on what's in hand. With the Skwovet and Bibarel combo already out on the field, I guess we don't have to prioritize finding a supporter for next turn right away. So we'll just see what our player decides to grab here, as the 2 cards seem to be decided upon. That Squawkabilly is definitely going down here. I'm assuming the Arceus V-Star will attack this turn with Starbirth in the mix. Starbirth just makes anything happen. Basic switch into the Arceus V-Star, and Hisuian Heavy Ball being played. That card lets you look at your prize cards, and you may swap the Hisuian Heavy Ball with the basic Pokemon you find there, adding the basic Pokemon to the hand. The Hisuian Heavy Ball gets shuffled back into the prize cards, and they get laid out again. Double Giratina V on the bench now. Arceus V-Star uses its Trinity Nova attack for 180 damage thanks to that double turbo energy, and accelerates 3 basic energy from the deck onto Pokemon V in play, knocking out that Gimmighoul, and play resumes over on Gimmighoul's side. Looks like they start things off with the concealed cards, discarding an energy and drawing a couple more cards. We're looking for Gholdengo and lots of energy. Palkia V-Star evolves on the bench here. Origin form Palkia V-Star, of course, with that powerful Star Portal V-Star power ability to accelerate up to 3 basic water energy from the discard pile to the field in any way you like. Counter Catcher, debating on being played here. Counter Catcher will bring up that Giratina V with the 2 basic energy on it. And next is an Iono. That supporter has both players shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of their deck, and then draw cards from the top equal to their remaining prize cards. Gholdengo gets 6 here, Arceus gets 4. Now we are looking for the KO on this Giratina V. As Gholdengo evolves in the active spot, it uses its coin bonus ability to draw 2 cards since it's in the active spot. It draws 1 card if it's on the bench. And we're looking for 5 basic energy here to take the KO on the Giratina V with Make It Rain. As an Ultra Ball is played, discarding a couple cards to search the deck for another Gholdengo EX. Gholdengo EX's Make It Rain attack costs 1 metal energy, and then discard any number of basic energy from your hands. This attack does 50 times the amount of energy discarded this way. So 5 energy needed to be discarded from the hand to take the KO on the 220 HP Giratina V. Gholdengo evolves. Coin bonus draws 1 more card here. I see that Superior Energy Retrieval in hand. There's 2 energy in the discard currently, so that's not a big help. Looking for a Earthen Vessel or 2 to be able to take the knockout this turn. Let's see what our Gholdengo player can put together. Prime Catcher actually gonna happen. Double Gust in a turn. Wow. That card is basically Guzma. It has you move one of your opponent's Pokemon into the active spot, and then you do the same. So the other Giratina V moves to the active. The Gimmighoul moves into the active spot over on its side, and I think it's just a pass back over to the Arceus player. Oh no. Alright, let's see what they can put together on their turn here to respond to the disruption of Gholdengo. No knockout was taken, so that allows our Arceus player a sigh of relief. Well, let's see if they can continue to put the pressure on as they start things off with a Nest Ball to search the deck for a basic Pokemon to add to the bench. Another Bidoof. I would guess it's not going to be another Arc V, as they seem to prioritize the double Giratina here in this matchup. They would just like a way to get out of the active spot, so basic energy would do the trick to allow that Giratina V to retreat, as the Nest Ball does find another Arceus V to add to the bench. Okay. Ultra Ball now being played, discarding a couple of cards to search the deck for a Pokemon, most likely that Giratina V-Star. Get that out of the deck, get it established onto the field. We got those league stamps going on these cards here. Come on down to Die Hard Games and play some Pokemon to get you some of those league packs for free, as Giratina V-Star evolves onto the bench there. Next is Bibarel, Industrious Incisors, to draw up to 5 cards. 4 cards drawn here. Wonder if there's another switching card in the deck. But I believe Giratina V has 2 retreats, so another energy would work. Ultra Ball discards a couple more cards to search the deck for that other Giratina V-Star. That is about to get established on the board. And then we would definitely like to get at least 2 energy on either of those Giratina so they could start swinging with the Lost Impact when it's time. Okay, the Jet Energy will do the trick. That gets attached to the Arceus V-Star, bringing it up into the active spot here. Next is Nest Stash, Squovit's ability. Shuffle your hand, put it at the bottom of your deck, and then draw 1 card. It is that Usui and Epi Ball. Again, being played. No target selected in the prize cards this time. But our player does have double checking perfect knowledge of their prize cards, as Arceus V-Star attacks and knocks out the opposing Gimmighoul and accelerates more energy from the deck to those scary looking Giratina V-Star in play. They are both fully powered up, both swinging for 280 damage. As the opposing Radiant Greninja discards a energy card to draw 2 more cards with its concealed cards ability. Next is Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking. That supporter allows you to legally stack your deck. Pick 2 cards from your deck, put them on top of your deck in any order, shuffling all the remaining cards, of course, first. 2 cards are selected. I think an Earthen Vessel was among them. Those 2 cards go on top. Gimmighoul in the active spot, or excuse me, Gholdengo in the active spot instantly draws both of them with coin bonus. It looks like the Pokestop was one of the targets that gets put into play. Time to Pokestop. Discard the top 3 cards of the deck, and then any item cards that are discarded in this way can go back to the hand. Gholdengo, Water Energy, and a Pokestop discarded there. So basically just read discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Next is another coin bonus for 1 from the Gholdengo on the bench. Our player is going to take an inventory of their discarded resources here. As a Super Rod is played, shuffling back a Gholdengo line from the discard pile back into the deck. Next is a Earthen Vessel. Double Earthen Vessel. Earthen Vessel has you discard a card, then search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards to add to your hand. So now we are filling the hand up with energy, and I wonder if we are going to be able to reach for the one shot on the opposing 280 HP Arceus V-Star. 6 energy cards need to be discarded, of course, in order to take the one shot on the opposing 280 HP monster. There's plenty of energy in the discard pile now, so Superior Energy Retrieval is live. Our Gholdengo player just has to sequence these steps optimally in order to claim the champion spot here in this league challenge. Let's see what they can put together. They're debating on the best cards to discard with the Superior Energy Retrieval. When they discard 2 cards, they can put up to 4 basic energy cards from their discard pile into their hand. Looks like they had the full 6 to discard 4 Make It Rain, doing 300 damage to the opposing Arceus V-Star, taking the KO on it. But this Giratina V-Star just moves into the active spot. The one shot is already lined up for on the Gholdengo here, as its Lost Impact attack does 280 damage at the cost of sending 2 energy cards in play to the Lost Zone. Or 2 energy, in play to the Lost Zone. Would sending a single double turbo energy to the Lost Zone fulfill Lost Impact's attack cost? Let me know in the comments. That's your Professor's Lab quiz of the day, as a Bidoof is put onto the bench over on Arceus' side. Next is Bibarel's Industrious Incisors, drawing up to 5 cards in hand. Maybe just want to put another energy in play at this point. Otherwise, your board's pretty much set up nicely as the Arc player, as a Choice Belt is put onto the bench. Giratina V-Star, more so just to get it out of the hand, then it out of the hand, then it out of the deck. Doesn't appear to be too relevant in this matchup. Psychic Energy attached to the active Giratina V-Star. So that way we can better chain these Lost Impact attacks. And there we go, Lost Impact, sending 2 energy to the Lost Zone to do 280 damage to this 260 HP Gholdengo EX, taking the KO, going down to 1 prize card in this endgame as play resumes over on Gholdengo's side. Starting things off with a Pokestop, just discarding 2 more resources, adding a Super Rod to the hand at least. Definitely looking for those Superior Energy Retrieval at this point. Super Rod looks like it will be played to shuffle back into the deck a couple energy cards and a Gholdengo EX. Origin Form Palkia V-Star Star Portal is still online, but is it too little too late at this point? I think we're going to start drawing cards now as the deck is being shuffled. What can our Gholdengo player do to claw their way back into this game? The pressure put on by the Arceus Giratina player from the beginning has been intense. Starting things off with concealed cards, discarding that basic energy and drawing 2 more cards. Energy and switch here, not too much help. Really just looking for those Superior Energy Retrieval at this point. You still need the 6 energy cards in hand in order to take the one shot on the opposing Giratina V-Star. Coin bonus using the active spot drawing 2 cards, finding its brother Gholdengo EX evolving on the bench. Energy is attached to that Gholdengo. Basic switch brings it up into the active spot. Now it can coin bonus for 2 more cards, but not before an Iono is played. This will cause some disruption for the Arceus player, but they've already have the Bibarel established. It doesn't hurt them too much. Unless the game-winning cards were in hand, then they go to the bottom, as this Trekking Shoes is played now, to discard a Roxanne and draw 1 more card. Another coin bonus for 2 cards. Deck is looking pretty thin here, as its superior energy retrieval is found, discarding a couple cards to return 4 basic energy cards to the hand from the discard pile. Another superior energy retrieval is played, discarding 2 more cards to bring back 4 more energy cards from the discard pile. Okay. Now we do have the knockout on the opposing Pokemon, but they've only got 1 prize left to take. 6 energy cards discarded from the hand. Make It Rain takes the KO on the opposing Giratina V-Star. The other Giratina V-Star moves into the active spot, and Lost Impact 280 damage deals more than enough to KO anything on the opponent's side of the field. What a game we had there. Congrats to our April 2024 League Challenge champ, and as always, thank you all for playing some Pokemon. What'd you think of this video in the commentary? Please let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.